Familiar, you're familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
Hello students, so this is the video number 7 for you, I think, right? Part 7. So in the previous video I just mentioned what are the theorems to be discussed in the chapter DC circuit analysis, right? So I have mentioned the theorems like Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, superposition theorem, and then maximum power transfer theorem, reciprocity theorem, isn't it? So now we have to discuss these theorems, how it works to analyze the DC circuit analysis, okay, one by one. So in this video I am going to start the first theorem, so that is Thevenin's theorem for you, okay. So it is very important theorem, and it is the basic theorem to understand the remaining other theorems also, okay. So once if you are very much clear with this Thevenin's theorem, then it is easy for you to understand the other theorems also, right? Okay, so let us go through this theorem first. So what the statement says, okay, say Thevenin has actually simplified the complicated network, okay, consisting of various resistance in the circuit, how to calculate, how to get the same output of the complicated network by using a simple network, okay. So in that way he just worked and stated that any two terminal linear bilateral network, I already told you what is linear network and what is bilateral network, isn't it? So you consider either a linear network or bilateral network, it is applicable for both, okay. So any two terminal bilateral network consisting of several fixed resistances, okay, and voltage sources, right? It may be consisting of any number of resistors and any number of voltage sources also in the circuit, okay, can be replaced. It can be replaced by an equivalent circuit consisting of a single voltage source of EMF VTH, okay, and connected in series with the single resistance called RTH. So very simple it is, okay. You can just replace any complicated network consisting of any number of fixed resistances and any number of voltage sources by a single voltage source and a single resistance, so connected in series, that's it, okay. What is that voltage connected in place of all the voltage sources is called is VTH, and what is that VTH particularly is, you know, Thevenin's voltage. You should remember that is Thevenin's voltage, and you are replacing all the fixed resistances by a single resistance, isn't it? That is called RTH. RTH means Thevenin's resistance, okay. It is nothing but just equivalent resistance to all the fixed resistances, that's it, okay. Now let us try to understand this theorem with a simple circuit first, okay. A simple circuit is considered here, you see. So it is actually a two-port network. Two-port network means what? There should be two terminals in the circuit, okay. Say two terminal network also we can say, okay. What it is consisting of? It is consisting of three resistors here, R1, R2 and R3, okay. So connected in some design here, okay. You can see there are some resistances here in series and then parallel across the source, etc. So it may be any manner consisting of 3 or 4 or 5, etc. okay. In this simple example I am considering a network consisting of only 3 resistors and only one source, okay. Now how to replace this kind of circuit to a simplified network according to Thevenin, okay. Now look at the second diagram, that is Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So it is not consisting of number of resistors here. So all R1, R2, R3 resistors are considered as a single resistance, that is called RTH here. And then voltage source can be considered as VTH, Thevenin's voltage, and connected in series, okay, across the terminals A and B of the given complicated network. So whatever the output you are getting, okay, how do you get the output? By connecting certain load resistance here you can get the output, right? So here also you can get the same output, okay. So output is matching between this complicated network and Thevenin's equivalent circuit when you replace all the resistances by a single resistance connected in series with the Thevenin's equivalent voltage source. That is a simple statement of Thevenin's theorem, clear? So how this VTH and RTH are considered here, okay, you just go through this now. VTH is the open circuit voltage. So that means you have to measure the VTH as the open circuit voltage at two specified terminals of the original circuit. So what are the two specified terminals here? A and B. Okay. So once you connect like this, consider the given network, find out the VTH. Okay, across the specified terminals of the original circuit. Then you calculate RTH. What is that RTH? RTH is the Thevenin equivalent resistance, I said. Okay, looking back into the original network, okay, measured across the same terminals, looking back into the circuit. So how do you measure the resistance? What is the total resistance of the circuit across the terminals A and B? Okay, that resistance is considered RTH. But there is one condition here. So looking back into the original network, measured across, you go back here, across the two specified terminals with all the sources of the EMF shorted. So this is very important, okay. So all the sources must be shorted, okay, without connecting the voltage source. You just replace the voltage source by a short circuit here. Okay, because what we want to measure here, not the voltage, we are measuring only the resistance, equivalent resistance across A and B. So just short all the voltage sources, and then if there is any current sources, suppose if there is a current source also in the circuit, okay, what you have to do with the current source? You look at here. So all the voltage sources of EMF should be shorted out and replaced by their internal resistances. Okay, suppose if the source is having certain internal resistance, okay, replacing the voltage source by a small internal resistance. Okay, that is the condition. And then current sources by open circuit. So in the circuit, you will come across either voltage source or current source, right? If the voltage source is there, you have to replace the voltage source by its internal resistance in that place, or just shorted. Okay. So by assuming the internal resistance of the voltage source is very negligible, you can just short it also. Or if there is a particular accuracy you need, then you have to connect a short internal resistance across the source. If there is a current source, then it should be removed. Okay, you keep it open. Okay, the current source should be kept open in the circuit while measuring the RTH. Clear? So that is the basic part to understand the statement and a simple explanation of the Thevenin's theorem. Okay, now we have to go step by step how to find the VTH, RTH, and then finally reducing the given network to simple Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Okay, let us see the steps now. Okay, now look at how the given network can be simplified according to Thevenin's theorem. So that is called actually Thevenizing a circuit. Thevenizing a circuit. So let us see the steps. So first you consider the given network. The original network is in figure A. Okay, so what it is consisting of? The resistors R1, R2, R3 and a voltage source, okay, connected across a voltage source, and we have another resistance here. So if you are not naming these resistances like this, okay, you will not find which is the load resistance here. Okay, so first you have to identify which is the load resistance here. Okay, remaining resistance are connected in the circuit to reduce the current, okay, to reduce the current to control the circuit. So whatever it may be, but finally we are getting the voltage or current by the given load resistance here. So you have to identify which is the load resistance. Okay, so the first step in the given network A is identify the load resistance and remove it from the network. Okay, see, this is the given network. So I will mark the terminals A and B. So across the terminals A and B there is a resistor RL. Okay, so that is considered as RL, load resistance is identified here. Okay, and then you have to remove that load resistor. The first step is identify and remove the load resistor only from the given circuit. Okay, then you left with only terminals A and B. So just mark that terminals A and B. After removing the resistance RL, you will come to know that the terminals A and B are always there to measure the voltage across the given circuit, right? So just identify and mark the terminals A and B where the load resistors are removed here. Okay, after marking the terminals, okay, next you go through the next step. So calculate or measure the open circuit voltage. So you can measure the voltage experimentally or you can calculate the voltage also. Okay, so just calculate or measure the voltage, that is called VAB, because you are measuring the voltage across the terminals A and B as shown in the figure B. Okay, so VAB is equal to what now? So that voltage across the terminals A and B is called Thevenin's voltage. Okay, Thevenin's voltage to the given circuit. So I am not removing anything here. R1 is there, R2 is there, R3 is there, given voltage source is there as it is in the original circuit. Only by removing the load resistor, here across the open circuit, across open terminals, I am measuring the Thevenin's voltage here. Clear? So that is the next step. Now go to the next step here. Okay, so replace all the voltage sources in the circuit. If there is a voltage sources, what you have to do? Replace all the voltage sources by short circuit. Okay, in series with their internal resistances. So suppose if the internal resistance is there for the voltage source, okay, short circuit with its internal resistance in series. Suppose if there are current sources, CS means here current sources. Okay, current sources by open circuit. Okay, nothing to be connected, keep it open. If there is a internal resistance for the current source, then keep it in parallel. Okay, current sources by open circuits in parallel with their internal resistance, in parallel with the internal resistances. So very simple it is. So if there is a voltage source, remove it and connect in that place a small internal resistance, equivalent resistance of the voltage source. If it is a if it is a current source, then just keep it open, and if there is a internal resistance for the current source, connect it in parallel, okay, across that open terminals. So that is the idea here. Okay, so you have to follow that step. Okay, now you can see that in the figure C, already followed this step here. Here the voltage source is removed and it is shorted. Okay, and this small resistance, let us say it is internal resistance of the source, voltage source, smaller, connected in series with the short circuit. Okay, R1, R2, R3 is there still as it is. Clear? Now what is the next step? So calculate the equivalent resistance. Calculate the equivalent resistance. So that is called Thevenin resistance. Okay, Thevenin resistance between the same terminals A and B. So you know the terminals already marked here. Okay, where the load resistance was connected. So across that open terminals A and B, looking back into the circuit like this. Okay, find out the equivalent resistance of all this network, in which there are no sources at all, consisting of only R1, R2, R3 original resistances, and in addition to that there may be a small internal resistance R. Okay, and this R is normally equal to 0. We can ignore that small internal resistance also. Okay, so finally equivalent resistance across A and B, RTH, Thevenin's resistance, is measured across terminals A and B by looking back into the network without the voltage source or current source connected in the circuit. Okay, that is the step. Okay, then draw the Thevenin equivalent circuit. So you have to draw the Thevenin equivalent circuit. How do you draw it? With always consisting of single voltage source. What is that voltage source now? It is a Thevenin's voltage source and a single resistance. What is that single resistance now? It is a Thevenin's resistance. Okay, Thevenin's equivalent resistance RTH. Okay, single voltage source VTH and single resistance RTH is connected in series. Okay, connected in series. See, this is RTH. Okay, and this RTH is equivalent to R1, R2, R3, equivalent resistance of R1, R2, R3. If there are more than 3 resistors also, RT should be equivalent to all resistors, like that. Okay, so it should be single resistance finally, and only one voltage source, that is VTH, connected in series. Okay, so you have to connect it like in this manner as shown in the figure D. Okay, finally connect the load resistance, connect back the load resistance RL. So across the terminals A and B, right? So RL is connected back again. So it was removed here, isn't it? It was removed and we have followed all these steps. Finally RL should be connected back across the terminals, same terminals A and B. Okay, then you will get a simple network consisting of only one voltage source called Thevenin's resistance, Thevenin's voltage source, and RTH, Thevenin's resistance, and load resistance to measure the current through the resistance and voltage across the load resistance finally. Okay, so connect back the load resistance RL between the terminals as shown in the figure D. Okay, then you can measure or you can calculate the current through and voltage across RL, isn't it? Current always is measured through and voltage is measured across RL. So that values can be measured and calculated. How do you calculate? So the formula is there. To calculate simple formula, you can apply Ohm's law. IL is equal to, see, the current through this RL, this particular load resistance RL is given by IL is equal to only one voltage source, okay, VTH divided by total resistance circuit. How much? Both are now in series, right? So RTH plus RL. VTH divided by RTH plus RL. That's it. That gives the calculation for the current through the load resistor. Similarly, the voltage is measured across the resistor, isn't it? By connecting a voltmeter, you can measure. Okay, in order to calculate, you just follow the Ohm's law again. So that is voltage across the load resistor RL is equal to the given source VTH into RL divided by RTH plus RL. So like that, you can calculate the current through the load and voltage across the load. So these values measured or calculated across the simple Thevenized circuit should be same as the original network. Suppose if we calculate the current through this RL, okay, so IL, and voltage is measured across RL, VL, okay. So these values should be same as the last simplified network. Then we can say the complicated network is Thevenized to a simple network according to the steps. Okay, according to the theorem, we are able to simplify it. Okay, so that is the procedure to follow in any complicated network to Thevenizing a given circuit. Clear? So in the next video, I will try to give a brief discussion how to prove that. Okay, how to prove the final simplified network is equivalent to the complicated network, okay, in terms of some derivation steps. Clear? Okay, till then you just go through these basic steps. Okay, then I will see you in the next video. Okay.